you guys, don't worry about my hair. It looks crazy right now. I'm not gonna do anything to it till I'm done with my makeup. So I'm gonna be using all drugstore products for this tutorial. It's gonna be a talk through. I've not done that in a while, so I just wanted to just dabble into all drugstore because I've had a lot of requests from people that they just want all drugstore makeup tutorials. So I'm going to start with moisturizing my face as usual. I'm going to be using the Neutrogena Visibly Even Daily Moisturizer. I haven't used it in a while, and I'm just going to use it as my moisturizer. You guys know I like the Aqua Bomb stuff, but since we're going full drugstore, I'm going to give in. I'm going to use inexpensive items for this. So next, I'm going to actually prep my skin. I'm going to be using two of my favorite primers. I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Primer, and I'm going to also use the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. The LA Girl Primer is more of a smoothing primer, so it's going to kind of close up those pores that we got and make this whole canvas so smooth. And it's more like a silicone based primer. I'm almost actually out of this product. Probably gonna go in my empties bin. I'm gonna use this as my smoothing primer. My oil controlling primer. I know it looks crazy the way I put it on my face. I look crazy right now. And we're just gonna rub that in the face. And I like this primer because it doesn't give me an ashy feel. Even though it's a mattifying one, it doesn't give me that ashy. You guys see those breakouts there? That's horrible. So, what have you guys been up to? Like, seriously, I've been literally been busy so long, so it takes me a while to like post videos and stuff, but I've been posting a lot. Have you guys noticed that? Like, seriously, I've been posting a lot. Now I'm actually gonna do my brows. I'm gonna be using the Ardell Dark Brown Brow Pomade. This is actually a new product, so I'm actually testing it out for the first time, and it came with a brush, but I'm not really a fan of the brush. I am still going to use the brush, however, because it has a spoolie, so I can actually use the spoolie. It came with a dual-ended brush, spoolie and the brow angled brush. First of all, I always brush it up as usual. Make sure that the hairs are like in place so I can see where I'm actually going to fill. And this stuff I heard is supposed to mimic the Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia. And this one, this is how the color looks like. I actually tested this out like beforehand just to make sure that I'm not gonna like it, but it's actually quite a match. So fill in my brows. Now that we're done with that, I'm actually quite a fan of using brow powder to set my brows. So I'm going into the BH Cosmetics Brow Studio Palette, and I'm just gonna go with this deep dark shade right here. It's a dark, like a blackish brown, but it's a brown, it's not black. Of course, I don't like black on my brows. And we're just actually gonna focus this on the tail of the brows, because I want most of the darkness to be on the tail, because then it looks more like a faded thing going on. And BH Cosmetics I would consider as drugstore, but you can't find it in a drugstore, but it's cheap, so I consider it as a drugstore product. Now that we've got that situated, I'm actually going to take the Essence. This is it. It's called the Essence Make Me Brow. And it's a product that I love for like giving me extra brow. We're just gonna put that right here, almost like at the edge of the brow. And I love this product because it gives me fake brows. Like, if you're like browless like me, this is like gonna be your best friend, because seriously, you got to get brows, like real brows look like that. Next, we're going to be cleaning up the brows, and I love cleaning up the brows because they give you that crisp feel, especially if you haven't had your brows done in a long time. This is what I normally love using. I mean, if I was using drugstore products. The NYX Correct and Conceal palette in Deep. I'm just gonna go with a natural shade. I'm just gonna go with a shade that's similar to my skin tone this time around. And we're just gonna apply that under the brows. And it's just gonna give us that crisp line. Looks like we have freshly done brow. And I'm gonna go ahead and do it on the top portion as well. This is how the brows look like when they're completed. So next we're going to go with foundation, and I'm going to be using this for the first time. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Foundation. Like, seriously, I had just a mouthful just trying to say that. This shade is in Soft Sable 111. So, and I know this is going to match me because I tried it at the drugstore. I know it sounds bad, but I just wanted to not make the mistake I made the other time that you remember that cushion crap that I had? yeah, I didn't want to make that mistake again. So that was one of the reasons why I actually tried the product before I actually left, you know, the store. And this one is a darn pretty good match. Like a shade, the undertone, everything is matched. To buff this out, I'm actually using the BH Cosmetics 1, 2, 3 brush. And this comes in a set, the sculpting set. You can find that on the website. I actually probably might link it down, so check to see if I linked it. This is like really inexpensive and it gets the job done. Actually, for this foundation, I'm actually gonna switch it up and use the e.l.f. one. I actually don't like it. It's kind of flimsy, the BH Cosmetics one, so I probably might not recommend it. Actually, that's my first time using it for foundation, so I thought it was gonna be like on point, but this is way better. Now let's talk about the coverage on this. Like, actually won't complain right now. Right now, the reason why is because the other silly brush I used before sucked up all the product. That's why I changed it. So I'm just gonna reapply some of the foundation and hope for the best again. Oh, that looks much better. Thank God. Like, seriously, thought something was wrong with the foundation. So that looks pretty good. So far, I am loving the foundation. Is a medium coverage. Like, people said it's like full. I don't think it's necessarily full in the forehead. For concealer, I'm gonna use what's left of my Maybelline Fit Me in Cafe. We're gonna use that under the eyes, like, to brighten up those areas. This is actually not going to be my highlighting concealer. I just wanted to use this to kind of bring some brightness, because I kind of forgot to put some concealer under my eyes before the foundation, but it's okay. It's going to prep for the actual highlight that I'm just going to use some random foundation brush because I don't have anyone that's in a drugstore like this. This is actually, you can find on eBay. It's really ridiculously cheap, and we're just gonna tap that concealer in. Don't really remember the vendor I actually got this from, but I'm pretty sure if you Google like makeup brushes, something like this or similar will come up and you probably can get it. So as you guys see, it doesn't give me a highlight whatsoever. It's like my natural highlight on the go, but not really highlight. So I'm going to use my real highlight that I want to use for today. If I want to go bombshell highlight with Drugstore, I go with the Ruby Kisses Mineral Concealer. I would say if you're lighter, go with the LA Girl one in any color you want. It's basically $2.99, whatever. And we're just gonna pop that on. You know why I like this one? Because it comes with a wand, and you can literally just dot it where you need it. So if you're like having like doll face, this is just gonna bring everything so much more prominent. And we're just gonna apply that white contour would be. And then I'm going to go with my NYX Correct and Conceal palette. We're just going to go with that dark brown shade right here. And the brush I'm going to be using, I actually love this one. It's the BH Cosmetics, like a contour brush. That's what it's actually supposed to do. This product is super dark, so I would say go with a light hand. Don't go crazy like I just did, and stop right there. And then I'm going to bring it towards parameters of my face. I'm gonna bring it all the way right here. This foundation is pretty set. Like, I could tell it's a really matte foundation because I'm like forcefully dragging this product on my face, and I could tell that this is matte, like seriously. For the nose, I'm actually gonna use a separate brush because I really don't like messing my nose contour, especially when I'm using cream products. I don't want to mess up. I like my nose contour on point. So I'm gonna use a separate brush for that because I want to keep that nose in check. The brush is also from BH Cosmetics as well. It came in that same set that I was talking about, guys. So I'm using the Real Techniques. I know I have a forced habit of using the original beauty blender, so I pulled out my oldie but goodie, and I'm gonna blend out that concealer. When I say blend your life away, I mean blend your life away. And with this one, I always start from the bottom and then move all the way up and open my eyes. I know I'm making weird faces. That's how you get that, by making weird faces. Yeah. And you literally just bounce this stuff. Do not press it too hard or else you're gonna take product off. I'm gonna go ahead and do it for the other one too as well. And this Ruby Kisses product does set, so I'm actually trying to like rush it and get it done before it starts setting. And when it sets, it's probably not gonna move anywhere. Now I'm gonna turn to this side, blend out the contour. And then I'm gonna switch over here and further blend it out. I'm actually gonna be taking my foundation brush and buffing it out a little bit more. And I'm gonna just blend in the other side as well. To set this concealer, I'm actually using a new product. This is actually something I picked up at the drugstore. It's the Wetnwild contouring palette, and I'm using this yellow shade. Now, does this pick up? I'm gonna use it to set my highlight. So yeah, let's hope this works out. And it's gonna give us an even added more brightness. Now we're gonna move on to the eyes. I'm gonna use the LA Go Pro Primer Base in Nude. Would you guys like to have see a Q&A or something? Because I did ask you guys on my Snapchat. I don't know how many people are you following me on my Snapchat. I want to do a Q&A, but I need people to actually send me snaps of what they want, of the questions they want, stuff like that. I mean, that in turn will make me do the video, of course, right? For my crease or my transition area, I'm actually going to be going with my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in dark, and we're going to be going with the Morphe M513 brush, and I'm going to tap a little bit of that on the brush. This is actually going to be our transition color. I'm trying to minimize the products I use because I don't want to use too many palettes. So if I'm already going to use this in my tutorial, why not use that middle shade as a transition color? And as you guys see, it buffs really well as a transition color. So if you have any brown shade, you're a lighter, you have any light brown, just pop that in your crease. Blend it very well until we have an even blend of brown color. It's actually supposed to help blend your colors that you apply, your secondary colors. And I kind of blend this color towards my contour because eventually that's what I'm going to use to contour my nose. So I kind of do that. That's my weird way of contouring or pre-contouring the nose. And when I use my brushes, I always go in a swirling motion, or I go windshield wiper like this. The palette today is going to be the Wet n Wild or Naturel palette, and it has gorgeous colors in here. This palette, I saw it and I swatched it and I was like, damn, gosh, that was beautiful. I'm going to actually go back into this palette, and there is a darker brown that I'm going to use under the brown that we had before. I'm gonna take that brown on my Morphe M139 brush, and we're just gonna pop that right. And this time we're going with windshield wiper motion. And thumbs up that I actually using a contour palette to do this, and I'm not bringing any more shadows into the mix. So we're just popping that straight into the crease. So if you have any dark brown shade, this is what you want to do. So not necessarily use the contour palette. But so now I'm gonna be going with this eyeshadow palette, and it's called Ain't That Sweet. And we're going to take this random concealer brush. It's just random. It came in my LA Girl palette, eyeshadow palette. I'm just gonna place that on the lid. So we're gonna kind of demarcate where we're gonna apply. It's it has a frosty pink duochromeness. It looks really muddy, but when we apply the shadow, it's gonna work itself out. I think I shouldn't have applied a primer there. That's probably one of the reasons why it's looking like that. But actually, I'm loving this tiny brush. I'm gonna clean it up. Then we are going to go this smoky. It's a smoky gray, and we're just gonna place that shadow on the inner portion of the lid, leaving the center alone. I'm gonna do it to the inner portion as well. We are also taking that color to the lower lash line. And I'm gonna clean this brush off like I did. I wonder how the shade's gonna look. I'm gonna go with this shade right. It's champagne. I'm gonna place that in the center. Be mindful when you're putting it there, you wanna make sure you're blending it out in between that gunmetal shade, because if not, you're gonna have a harsh line. And we do not want harsh lines on our looks. Now we're actually going to take the Morphe M15. It's a detailed definer brush, and I'm going to go into that dark brown shade in this palette. It's really a lot of fallout with these shadows, but they're really worth it when you get them on. Just basically mixing the dark brown in with the gunmetal. And I'm gonna wipe it off like I did the other time. Then we're going to go into that shade that we have in the center. This shade is so gorgeous, like seriously. I'm actually taking my e.l.f. gel liner in black. I'm gonna be using this to my inner rim actually, that's what I meant. And I'm like smudging the liner on my lower lash line as well. It's gonna give like a nice smoky effect. I'm basically using that same gel liner from e.l.f. and I'm just gonna give myself a nice cat eye. And the brush I'm actually using is the Bdellium 2 Angle Liner Brush. That's how my eyeliner, it's really dramatic, like seriously, dramatic eyeliner. Now that we're done with the eyeliner, I'm actually going to go back into the Wetnwild palette and take this dark brown with the Morphe M506 brush, and we're just gonna like deepen up the crease a little bit. So. For the inner corner highlight, I'm actually gonna go with this gold shade. I'm going to take the Maybelline Studio Colossal, whatever, and we're going to apply that to the lashes. I don't think that I'm going to do anything to the brow bone. I actually just like it like that. It doesn't look crazy, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. We're gonna apply mascara. I'm gonna apply to the bottom lash line. Now we're done with the mascara. The lashes I'm actually putting on are some Ardell 110s. I'm using Makeup Forever Lash Glue. I would say use Duo, but for video purposes I'm gonna use this because I'm running out of like actual battery. This dries so much faster. It's really fast, and you just put it on and you can just go. So now we're almost done. Just gonna be applying the Maybelline Dream Wonder powder in coconut, and this is gonna help blend anything that we missed. I actually haven't used this powder in a while. Now I'm going to be taking my contour palette from not BH Cosmetics, I mean Black Radiance, that's what I meant. And I'm going to go in that middle shade. And we are going to contour. If I can get this mirror open. Bring the contour a little bit in so that we can be left with that glorious highlight. And I really want my face a little bronzed. And then I'm going to go with the darker powder, the darker one. I'm just going to run that under to like pop those cheeks up a little bit. Make sure you blend everything together because you don't want any harsh lines. My nose, I'm going to take the brush that I originally used for the transition, and we're just going to pop that powder on the nose as well. And this part is crucial, so you want to make sure you blend it out as you go. For my blush, I'm actually going with Milani's Red Vino blush. And I'm using one of the BH Cosmetics, like the stippling stuff, and we're gonna take that blush like that. And don't be fooled by how it looks like in a pan. It's really thick, and we're just gonna tap that like upwards and bring it downwards. So I like to bring my blush all the way to the temples, get downwards, and I like to blend that in with my contour. For the life of me, I couldn't find a cheap fan brush. This is cheap. I got it from One Pretty Store. And a set, and we're going to use the lovely highlight in this pan. If you have another highlight, go with whatever you have that's goldish color, and if you're light, you might want to go with like a peachy toned one or champagne. Just gonna like take that, place it, like literally place it on those cheekbones. Don't like move it anywhere on the cheekbones. I'm like, you see how it looks like? Boom. And then you bring it on the temples. It kind of gives you like a radiant look, like seriously. And then I'm gonna pop some on my nose and my forehead as well. I'm actually gonna take some on a brush. So I've kind of been experimenting by mixing two liquid lipsticks together to get a certain shade. And today I'm going to be mixing ColourPop's Limbo and NYX Lip Lingerie and Embellish. I'm going to line my lips first with the ColourPop in Limbo. It's kind of dried a little bit, and then I'm going to go with embellishment all over. And here is the completed look. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you do enjoy many more of these chit chat get ready with me's, please leave a comment down below and let me know what I should recreate next time. Thank you guys again for your love and support. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!